Yo, what is up YouTube? Lead the Captain here, and I believe that Moonriver is crazy. And why do I say this? Because I believe that its native cryptocurrency, called MOVR, could hypothetically at least go to the price of $500 during the next bull run. And even though this isn't financial advice, and even though this is not a guarantee, in today's video, I want to discuss several factors which I believe could very well allow MOVR to hypothetically attain the price of at least $500 during the next bull run. And one of the major reasons why I think that could very well happen, I think is going to come down to Moonriver's amazing, spectacular A+ fundamentals. As a matter of fact, I think it's one of the best projects out there. Moonriver is an Ethereum-compatible blockchain environment on the Kusama network. Moonriver is intended to operate on Kusama as a paired chain, which as a result helps crypto projects expand their reach to new users and markets through a multi-chain approach. And here's the thing, Moonriver is quite essentially a canary network to Moonbeam. And Moonbeam, by the way, is on the Polkadot network. And what this basically means right here is that new code will typically be shipped over to Moonriver first, and after this code has been tested and verified under real economic conditions, and after it's good to go, so to speak, it will then be shipped over to Moonbeam. Much like what we see with Kusama and Polkadot. Kusama is the canary network to Polkadot, and what we're seeing right here is quite essentially that in a sense, right? But it's Moonriver to Moonbeam. However, besides that point, I do think that Moonriver serves such an amazing purpose, and I think that it has amazing utility. However, it doesn't end there, because Moonriver very amazingly is home to the most active DeFi ecosystem on Kusama, and it even supports ERC-721 NFT bridging with Ethereum as well. And as of right now, Moonriver has been able to facilitate over 30 million transactions, and it even has a block height of over 5 million. And just reading those stats right there makes me want to go ahead and take a shower. Even though I already have taken a shower, and I must say I smell pretty good, but even despite that, just reading the stats right here, it's kind of like a workout, kind of like a mental workout, because the stats are that crazy. However, here's the thing, I do believe that it has also a very amazing ecosystem. And why do I say that? Because there's many projects on the Moonriver ecosystem that are focused on NFTs and DeFi, which I think is going to be very bullish for the future of Moonriver, because I think that NFTs and DeFi have such a bright future ahead. Because if we take a look at this, according to Grandview Research, they predict that over the next 7 years, the NFT market is anticipated to be worth over $211 billion, a very crazy amount. However, in addition, also according to Grandview Research, by 2030, the DeFi market is anticipated to be worth over $230 billion. So you got to really think about that, right? The future potential of NFTs and DeFi, it's no joke. And I think that having amazing projects on the Moonriver ecosystem that are focused on NFTs and DeFi could truly do wonders for Moonriver moving forward. Clearly the future is so bright for NFTs and DeFi. And I think as those markets continue to grow, I think so will amazing projects, much like Moonriver, that do have spectacular projects on its ecosystem that are related to NFTs and DeFi. I think the future of Moonriver could look so bright, much like the veneers that those celebrities have. People are always wondering, why are those celebrities' teeth so white? It's because of veneers. But yeah, besides that point, just a little rant. Really, from top to bottom, anyway, take a look at it. I think that Moonriver is absolutely amazing. Statistically, it's doing very well. Its ecosystem is thriving. And also on top of that, I think that its utility is extremely amazing. And here's the thing, I think that a major catalyst which could very well allow the native cryptocurrency of Moonriver, called MOVR, to hypothetically attain the price of at least $500 during the next bull run is the fact that I do think that the next bull run could look so gigantic. That's what she said. And why do I say that? Because currently there's more people than ever before in history owning cryptos. And just to put this into imagination, right? As of right now, there's actually over 120 million new crypto owners when compared to the 2021 bull run. So you got to really think about that, right? The 2021 bull run looked that insane with over 120 million less crypto owners than today. So you got to imagine what the next bull run will look like, especially now that we have this many people owning cryptos. I think ultimately speaking, right, when there's this many people owning cryptocurrencies, the FOMO, buying pressure, buying volume, and as well as the altcoin season could look so ridiculous. And I think that when altcoins start rallying during the next bull run, I think so will amazing cryptocurrencies, much like MOVR. some people like to believe that, the best days are behind MOVR. They think that, Moonriver is, it has no future ahead, but I completely disagree. I think Moonriver, as of right now, is doing better than it's ever done before, and I think that its future could really look so bright, and I think that the best is yet to come for MOVR. I think that there are so many positive contributing factors which could very well allow for it to do so amazing during the next bull run. And let's not forget, Moonriver is just continuing to grow and grow at this point. That's what she said. As a matter of fact, on both Moonriver and Moonbeam, there's currently over 100 projects, integrations, and collaborations. Very insane in my opinion. So clearly a lot of people still have great conviction in both the future of Moonriver and Moonbeam. I think that when all the haters say that, Moonriver, there's no one building on it anymore, that's completely not true. There's still a lot of activity on it, and I think that moving forward, it's just going to continue to prosper and prosper. When I take all of those positive factors into consideration, and when I consider how amazing Moonriver is, fundamentally speaking, and last but not least, when I consider just how insane the next bull run could be, I don't see why MOVR during the next bull run won't hypothetically at least go to the price of $500. At least that's the way I view it. I'm extremely bullish on MOVR, and here's the thing. When I'm acquiring MOVR, I don't just dump all in. That's not what I do. I just don't randomly, use technical analysis and say, wow, I got to go in right here, just dump all in. That's not what I do whatsoever. A lot of people, they like to make videos on Moonriver, but then all they do is that they pull up a chart on MOVR, they draw some random triangle, and they say, oh, wow, technical analysis says you got to do this, you got to do that. But in my opinion, that's complete nonsense. A lot of people out there, they like to put a lot of emphasis in what happens to the price of MOVR in the short to medium term. But because I dollar cost average, I don't care about that. I don't care if the price of MOVR pumps 10% next week, dumps, 15% the next 2 months. I could care less about that, because by dollar cost averaging, I'm taking more of a long-term approach. And a lot of people, they want instant results. That's why you see a lot of people day trading, swing trading, using leverage when it comes to MOVR. But doing a lot of that type of nonsense, first of all, creates a lot of unnecessary anxiety and stress, based off of my personal experience from people that I know that do that. And also on top of that, a lot of people that I know that do that, they get wrecked most often than not. And I don't want to get wrecked. And that's why I like to keep it simple. I just dollar cost average. Let's say I'm dollar cost averaging into MOVR. Let's say I'm acquiring MOVR. Let's say I put $100 in MOVR right now, and let's say next week the price dumps 10%. Let's say, hypothetically speaking. Okay, it may not look that good, right? Your portfolio is down 10%, but let's say the price of MOVR goes back up again, I can recoup this 10%. But if someone is day trading, MOVR, what happens, right? If they're shorting MOVR, but then let's say the price instead goes up, they get stop loss, they get liquidated, what happens? They lose. There's no coming back from that. And that's why, again, right, I don't do that. I just like to keep it simple. I just dollar cost average. By dollar cost averaging, I believe that I'm protecting myself from a lot of risk. And I think that it removes a lot of the anxiety that comes associated with trying to outsmart the market or trying to time the market. It removes all that type of nonsense. And that's why I love dollar cost averaging so much. Not financial advice, of course, but by dollar cost averaging, I believe that I am preparing myself for the next bull run in such an amazing way. I can't wait for the next bull run. And I think that if MOVR hypothetically does go to the price of $500 during the next bull run, I think at that point, all of those Moonriver non-believers are going to come running over to their girlfriend's, boyfriend's grandma, and they're going to start begging for that used bratwurst extender. If you know, you know. Going to be a little bit embarrassing if you ask me. But hey, I'm extremely bullish on Moonriver, and I think that it's ready to shock the world during the next bull run. I think MOVR is truly a sleeping giant. That's what she said. And if you want to check out a very interesting video, make sure to go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here. It's a very fantastic video, and I think you all would really love it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.